Royal Giant counter pushing deck for Legendary Arena. Our Royal Giant is back. Hi guys, my name is Chirag and this is going to be my first ever deck guide on my own deck. In this guide, I am going to show my Royal Giant deck that helped me and will help you to reaching Arena 11 or Challenger 1 with ease. It counter all the meta if play properly. In this video, I will show you my ladder gameplay so you can understand play style of this deck. The first reply is 3 Musky Hill spell. This deck has awesome defense and effective counter push potential, and lots of players might tease you for using no skill Royal Giant, but in my opinion it takes more skill to play. In this Royal Giant counter pushing deck, we have Royal Giant, Wizard, Furnace, Electro Wizard, Skeleton Army, Bowler, Zap and Goblin Barrel. Before getting into the card breakdown section, I want to introduce myself a bit. I am a level 11 player and I love to test and use variety of decks. I have used almost all kinds of decks archetype ranging from beatdown to siege and control. And this deck play styles depend on your opponent deck. But basically this deck is slow and counter push deck which required more skill. So now let's get into the card breakdown section. Cards breakdown. Royal Giant, your main win condition of this deck. Basically you will be using him as a counter push after successful defense since this deck has high 3.8 elixir cost. You can also use him behind the King's Tower in some cases. This decks contain Goblin Barrel and we all know how much devastating a Goblin Barrel plus tank combo is if not countered properly. Goblin Barrel, your secondary win condition. Don't use this card on defense as those goblins are the backbone of your offense. In case your opponent counter it every time with the zap or log, perform the Goblin Barrel placement trick to make them misplace their spells and keep those goblins alive. Just place the card a few tiles away from your usual placement. I prefer placing them at corner, but choice is yours. I won many battles with this trick. Wizard, with his fireball, he can deal massive splash damage to the enemy troops. With his decent damage, you can effectively use him to help your Royal Giant. He is extremely useful at dealing with swarm troops such as Barbarian, Goblins, Minion Horde. Electro Wizard or Ice Wizard, replacement if you have no Electro Wizard. Originally this deck found in first draft challenge and this deck has Ice Wizard. But I prefer Electro Wizard because it counter Inferno Dragon, Inferno Tower, Battle Ram and Sparkies and sometimes Goblin Barrel. Ice Wizard, with a handlebar mustaches, this guy slowed down troops by 35% in tournament standard, allowing your arena tower to finish off their troops easily. Also well synergized with Bowler, and this only legendary in this deck but can be replaced with Archer and Electro Wizard, and unlike Wizard, Ice Wizard can control his air. Furnace, I usually place Furnace in the middle of map so Royal Giant is protected from minions, Skeleton Army and even Barbarians. The Furnace is mostly an offensive card but it can be used on defense to defense against Hog, Giant pushes and Lava pushes. The Furnace is helpful too because it fires with provides splash damage to the units that are coming towards the tower. Skeleton Army, this card based against elite barbarians and big tanks and also useful against Goblin Barrel if Zap is not available. It is up to you when or where you use Skeleton Army. Bowler, Bowler is the best defensive troop. He can protect Royal Giant to Skeleton Army and Goblin Gang. He can deal damage to all troops on straight line as well as push them back. It is very important to place him down correctly in order to make the most of his linear rolling attack. For example, if your opponent is launching a big push with the lots of support troops behind the golem, you should drop him right in front of golem so he can remove all those support troops while dealing with the golem. Bowler is extremely effective against hurt spam decks. Zap, replaceable with log, of course. I don't think this card needs much explanation. Use it to reset ropes, Inferno's charge, take out Skarmy and kill minion with help of Arena Tower or Electro Wizard. Replacements. These decks contain a legendary card, the Ice Wizard or Electro Wizard, but it is freely replaceable. The only irreplaceable card is your main win condition, the Royal Giant. Here are some replacements. Ice Wizard to Electro Wizard or Archers. Wizard, Executioner, not recommendable. Zap, Log or Arrows. Skeleton Army, Guards, Barbarians and Inferno Tower. Goblin Barrel, to Miner and Graveyard. Game plan. Simply put this deck in slow beatdown deck with decent counter pushing ability. You have got an amazing defense that can counter almost all kind of decks. I will talk about these matchups in matchup section below. Always start slow with Furnace at the middle. You may also use Wizard or Electro Wizard in the back if you got bad starting hand. Tossing the Goblin Barrel at their tower is also good option. Defend their attacks and if possible don't expose your Royal Giant yet. You can use your Goblin Barrel at their tower while your counter pushing troop will be tanked. For example, your opponent use Hawk plus Log and you counter it with Bowler. As soon as the bowler get targeted by their tower, deploy your Goblin Barrel. Keep doing such counter pushes till mid-game. At double elixir time, now it's time to expose your Royal Giant and bring him into the battlefield. As I always said, this deck is counter pushing deck, so defend their attack first with your troops and then pop up your Royal Giant in front of your remaining troops. I always save a Electro Wizard or Zap for an Inferno Tower. As soon as Royal Giant get targeted by their tower, deploy a Goblin Barrel and get your Zap ready for their Skeleton Army. This deck requires passive and slow counter pushes since it has impenetrable defense. Matchups. Lava Loon. Wizard and Electro Wizard paired with Furnace will completely stop their push. Play smart and always save your Wizard and Furnace. Lava Null deck have weak on defense and that's an advantage for your Royal Giant. You can play your Royal Giant in opposite lane if your opponent play Lava Horn at the back, but don't overcommit and save your Wizard. Golem decks, same as Lava Loon decks, play smart and don't overcommit. Never forget that this deck is counter pushing. Hawk Cycle decks, play Furnace and Bowler to counter Hawk and then Royal Giant. This deck works pretty well for me and I am at 4200 trophy. Use this deck once and do let me know about its faults or better replacement in the comment section below. Thank you for watching Clash On. That's it for now. Any questions, comments or insults, post them in the comment below. If you like my video then like and share. Keep supporting me to more Clash Royale videos. For this you need to subscribe to my channel. Every best deck for you. I hope you will like my guide and have a better day. See you in next meta guide. Stay tuned. Peace. تعرفون من هالشخص يا ماذر فكر. لك وين الويد ولا لك وين الدخان ولا لك دخن كالكبير عضهم ركضهم مثل بوم. خلي يسمعني يعني طلع الصوت عربي حبيبي يلا نجتمع